Well, guess I can't make fun of the Colts now. What is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. So, alright, week 14, sorry. Coming up on week 15. As usual, we're going to kick things off with my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, as I started off, a few weeks back, I put a video up on my IG. Did the Colts just choke away a 3-possession game? Really? Did I just watch that happen? Really? Here we are this week, and my Buccaneers damn near almost did the exact same thing. So, oh man, let's get into this. So, up 24-10 going into the fourth quarter. The game is in hand, but oh no. Oh man, here we go. 2 back-to-back touchdowns and a field goal. All of a sudden, now it's a game. They were ahead. Tom Brady drives down the field, and we kick a field goal, tying the game up, going into overtime. At this point, this is when I got flashes of 2019 again, because Tom Brady threw a beautiful pass to Breshad Perriman. Had me flashing back to, that time Jameis got him that trade deal with the Jets. But in any case, man, Breshad Perriman caught the ball and took off. Scored the touchdown, ended the game for us. Man, look, Leonard Fournette had 19 carries for 113 yards. First game that he's had over 100 yards in a minute. So he's gotten pretty close. Oh man, Brady 31 for 46 for 363 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen 36 for 54, 308 and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Man, Mike Evans caught 6 out of 6 targets for 91 yards and 1 touchdown, which I gotta say, when I saw that, I'm surprised he caught that. I know he's Mike Evans, but bruh, the amount of zip that Brady put on that ball was crazy. It went, and he caught the very back tip of it for the touchdown, man. It was Brady kind of had to gun it in there because, he was trying to throw over top of a defender, that, man, talk about threading the needle. Man, Buccaneers beat the Bills in overtime, 33-27. And now, I gotta bring to mind an important milestone. No, I'm not just talking about Tom Brady breaking Drew Brees' records for most completed passes, for most completions with 7,000 whatever. This is the first year ever that Tom Brady has swept the entire AFC East. I'm talking about the Patriots, Miami, the Jets, and now Buffalo. He slayed every team in that division. He is truly the owner of the NFC East now. So let's give a round of applause. Can we get the audience involved? Alright, so the exact number of completions that Brady got the award with is 7,143. So, yeah, there's that. Next, we're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. Oh, man. So, Baltimore pretty much dominated this game until the third quarter, which is when Lamar Jackson got hurt. So Tyler Huntley came in. Now, Huntley and Lamar actually have they have a similar style to it, but Lamar is better, to say the least. But Huntley didn't do too bad though. 27 for 38, 270 yards, 270 yards passing through 1 touchdown. Quarterback rating 97. Baker Mayfield was 22 for 32, 190, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, so he's not doing too bad. Man, Mark Andrews, 11 out of 11 receptions. Caught 11 receptions out of 11 targets for 115 and 1 touchdown. Browns just managed to squeak out the win at the end, 24-22. And I gotta say this, I'm glad that Cleveland got this victory. Not to say that I'm glad that they beat the Ravens, but because they do not have a promising next week, a promising week 15. They have 2 or 3 players on the COVID list. Like, COVID hit them like it hit the Ravens last year. Like, apparently it struck across the entire league from last season to this season. This is the highest number of players that have tested positive for the coronavirus or coronavirus symptoms. So yeah, I don't know. Meanwhile, in Tampa, yeah, we have 1 player that had a fake vaccination card. 1 player. But even he didn't get COVID, as far as I know. Next, moving on, NFC East matchup. We got the Dallas Cowboys versus the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins in the Washington football team. Once again, this was another game, looked like it came down to the wire. Yeah, so they almost got, so it was coming down. Dallas was in control of the game. Let Washington come back. Look, keep playing with Taylor Heineke. I'm trying to tell y'all. Oh man, so Dallas ended up winning 27-20. Luckily, they was able to ice that final drive because Dak threw a pick 6 that brought it to a 7-point game. So yeah, yeah. So this is around the time where Dallas does what Dallas does. Starts trending down. Dallas just doesn't do well in December. Oh man, but they pulled this victory out, 27-20. Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And man, the Chiefs in a landslide victory won 48-9. Yeah, they was pretty much in control of this entire game. They was trying to, they was going for a similar first half that they had against us last year. What's their record? 9-4? Man. Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 24, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr, 33 for 45, 263, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Man. Hunter Renfrow definitely taking advantage of Henry Ruggs' absence. He caught 13 out of 14 targets for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill caught 4 out of 4 for 76. Man. Yeah. So Chiefs beat the Raiders 48-9. Moving on, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Houston Texans. Man, Seahawks smoked them 33-13. Russell Wilson, 17 for 28 for 260, Davis Mills, I guess Tyrod Taylor hurt again. Davis Mills, 33 for 49 for 331 yards and 1 touchdown. Rashad Penny, 16 carries for 137 yards. Tyler Lockett, 5 out of 9 targets for 142 yards. Brandon Cooks caught 8 out of 11 targets for 101 yards. So, it's looking like Davis Mills might be that quarterback going forward, which sucks because I like Tyrod Taylor. Oh well. Seahawks beat the Texans 33-13. Next, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. Oh man. And this was just this was a blowout, if there ever was one. Next, New Orleans Saints versus the New York Jets. Just the confidence builder that they needed. Saints beat the Jets 30-9, ending a 5-game losing streak. Alvin Kamara finally back in the swing of things. 27 carries for 120 yards and 1 touchdown. And that's pretty much where the battle stayed. Oh man. Next, moving on. Another NFC South matchup. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. And this game was going back and forth. Looked like Atlanta was in control for a little bit, but once again, when you keep trash around, it starts to stink. Oh man. Falcons ended up beating the Panthers 29-21. Next, the Detroit Lions versus the Denver Broncos. And man, Denver Broncos ended up beating the Lions 38-10. Yeah, Lions was pumped after their victory last week, but unfortunately, hey, I think they playing for a draft pick. Maybe they can get one from the Eagles. All right, Teddy Bridgewater, 18 for 25 for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. I know that doesn't really sound impressive, but quarterback rating 118.6. Melvin Gordon, 24 carries for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. I hadn't seen him have this type of day since he was back in LA. Oh man. Broncos beat the Lions 38-10. Next, we got the New York Giants versus the LA Chargers. And man, the Chargers pretty much did what they were expected to do. They dominated this game. They won this. This was a very winnable game for them. However, just because it was a winnable game does not mean that it was a guaranteed win, because they could have very much lost, as they gave up 14 points in the fourth quarter. But luckily at that point they had enough of a cushion to not really, for it to not really matter. And Justin Herbert just keeps getting more and more impressive. 23 for 31, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, quarterback rating 133.1. Saquon Barkley, 16 carries, 64 yards. Austin Eckler, 12 carries, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. I think you guys are seeing where I'm going with this. Whoa, hold up. Jalen Guyton, 3 receptions out of 3 targets for 87 yards and 1 touchdown. Man, Chargers was on fire. But yeah, everybody keeps saying that they're afraid of Saquon. I mean, yeah, Saquon's a hard runner, but once you figured out that he's the best player on that team, it's easy to neutralize him. All right. So next, and rounding off the Sunday afternoon games, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, man. Jimmy G wasn't playing with him today. 27-41, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joe Burrow keeping pace with him. 25 for 34, 348 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Man. Jamar Chase caught 5 out of 8 targets for 77 yards. George Kittle caught 13 out of 15 targets for 151 yards. Man, I hadn't seen George Kittle have numbers like that in a couple years, man. Wow, but 49ers beat the Bengals 26-23. And all right, that's going to do it for the Sunday afternoon games for week 14. All right, so next week we got the full roster back. All the bye weeks are done. And if you're in fantasy football, playoff time. Oh, man. So stay tuned. We got the primetime games coming up next. My name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. I'm out.